Hi guys, in this video you will learn what an array is in JavaScript, how the push method works and how the access element use index. And at the end, we will use this new learning in conjunction with events, okay? For this example, look my web page and my add-fruits.js, okay, in my VS Code. And look that I created here three buttons. But before, look that we have an array. Next, after, we have here an square brackets, I think so the correct name, square brackets, and a string here. But what is array? Array is an structure then that he can store a lot of values within a variable. Okay, it's important. So in this case, we have a value banana within this array. Okay, but if I click and add apple, look that now we have banana and apple on our arrays, If I add in pear or grape, we have banana, apple, pear, and grape, and I click every time in apple, for example, every time, we can add C every time each bottom. Okay, it's important. So how we can do it? But before, I will explain you about array, how we can create an array, add an array. Okay, it's important. So I will remove this line and comment this line, okay, and remove it. Yeah, no problem. Remove it too, and remove here too. Okay, it's important. Save that. Perfect. Now, how we can add or create an array? To create an array, first we can add how a constant of variable, okay, and we can add, for example, list, or for this example, I will add a fruits, okay, equal to add and variable. I talked about it. We need add brackets here, okay. For this example, for this structure, I want to talk about. I want to add, strings. Okay, so I can add here strings for banana, for example. Here add apple, okay, or just banana, or nothing. Okay, nothing. Array vazio. I'm sorry guys, I forget how can I talk vazio. Array vazio here. Okay, save that. Perfect. Now I can add, for example, you can add a new value for this array. To do it, first we need to add here fruits. But before, if I add console log fruits, look that we can see the array here, but there are nothing because we have here array vazio, nothing here, nothing that value within this our array. Okay, it's important. Now to add a new value with this array, we can use fruits. We need use fruits add together again fruits here dot push to push a new value, and within parentheses we can add, for this example, how can I talk about fruits? I want to add a string fruits, for example, apple, and console log fruits. Look that. Perfect. Now we have apple how first element. If I click here, we click here, look at that, apple is our first position, 0. So 0 is our index, represent position about apple. Okay, it's important. Now I want to add, for example, a fruits dot push to push a new value and banana. Console log of fruits together. Save that. Now we have apple and banana. If we click here, look that we have apple how like our first position and banana like the second position. You understand that the number 1 is not the first position, but the first position is 0. It's for important because after you need, for example, maybe search the specific position and now about a specific value. For example, if we want search, for example, the banana, we need add here fruits dot fruit with brackets. I prefer use console log. Okay, console log here, and fruits after brackets, square brackets, I think so. And how I talk about positions, I want printing here just apple. So I need to add 0 because apple was the first value that I add here, add on our fruits. Okay, save that. Apple. You have just an element that we choose. Okay, for example, banana is 2. 1 index. Okay, it's important. Now we have apple and banana here. It's really important. For example, if you need work just a specific value within fruits, you need search him. Okay, perfect. Now look at this example. We have a task here, a good task here. Okay, when now how we can make that if I click here, add a new string about this name, apple, for example, about this bar, apple, in our fruits, in our array. Okay, so I will remove this comment. Okay, perfect. Now we need to add first a function. Add apple, for example. Okay, it's important. Do remember that to add a new element, add a new value to an array, you need to add the dot push, but I forgot to talk about the dot push, guys. Push is a method that is an internal function that already comes in JavaScript. And you need to understand that we use it with a dot because dot before push, because we are accessing this method directly from the list array. So okay, this is really important. For example, how we can add a new value. When we click in this apple, we can add the apple. Okay, for example, so we need to add here fruits dot push. How can I talk it? Push, and add here string apple. Simple. Apple. Okay. Save that. But console log, we need to add a console log here, and fruits. Okay. Nothing changed because we need to add element listener. If you don't know about element listener, you can to see some videos ago that I explain about element listener. Okay, guys, add element listener. When we click on this function, add apple. It's important. If we click here, perfect. Now we have banana and apple how like values within these arrays fruits. Okay, guys. So next we copy this line to repeat and change some names. For example, add peer. I don't talk about this HTML. Okay, I add some IDs on each button. Okay, guys. Perfect. Add peer. Add name beer, it's important, and printing here, and add event listener. Click add apple, no, add beer. Save that. If we click on add apple and add beer, perfect, but nothing in add grape. So we need add here. Control C and Control V, perfect, and add grape, add here grape. Okay, guys, because we are using the dot push every time to add a new value when we click on this bar. So when we click on this bar, you need to understand that the new value when we click, to go to the final of this array, not to start, to go to the final, to the end. Okay, it's important. It's a important things. Okay, fruit, save that and add here. Add event listener. Click and add grape. It's important. Save that. Perfect. Now, if we click here, we can add. If we click on each button, we can add a new value about this button on our array. It's important because you will use this array to do anything, to do things, to add new values to array already exist sometimes on your new job or some works. Okay, it's important, guys. So that is, folks. If you like the content, leave a like and subscribe the channel. Okay, see you next time, guys.